because right now I'd love to feel less alone in this. I would love for even just one person to be like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I've totally gone through that, and I know what you mean and everything. That would make me feel better.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I know, I haven't vlogged in a while, and I'm sorry. I've just sort of been enjoying life, living life outside of the box that I am in here for you. We have a Scrappy here, he's all settled in. He's so cute. Yeah, pretty much just been enjoying time with JJ and people and just sort of living, and it's been feeling good, and just haven't felt the urge to vlog, I guess. And it's been really nice. Life is good. Life is good. Made a batch of candles yesterday. So much fun. A lot of people seem to be digging the new 16-ounce sizes, so that's cool. So if you want to go get yourself some awesome candles, go to underworldconnection.com. And when it comes down to, people have asked me, like, oh, is it better if I order through Etsy or your website? Like, fees-wise, which one's better for you? Like, you know, people are cool and think to ask me about that. Well, it doesn't really make a difference for me which one you order from, Etsy or my website. However, it makes a difference for you. So, especially since I added the new sizes and everything, because Etsy is dumb. When you put, like, different options on one listing, they don't give you an option to change the weight. Yeah, they don't give you an option to put in different weights for different options on the listing. And the reason that that's important is because when shipping is calculated, it's calculated by weight. So if you go on a listing and you want a 16-ounce candle, you know, you pay a certain amount in shipping because those things are over 2 pounds a piece, you know. But then if you select the wax melts, those things weigh like an ounce. So the shipping's gonna be off because I had to put in a weight. I put in a median weight so that it's like in between. For a 16-ounce, you're actually gonna get undercharged for shipping, and for like wax melts, you're gonna get overcharged for shipping. And that sucks. If you order more than one thing, it balances out, it works out, and you know, it's okay. But, you know, it's kind of a pain in the neck and it's stupid, and Etsy fees are getting ridiculous. They charge a fee for the listing, they charge a fee for the relisting, they charge a fee for the sale, they charge a fee for shipping for some reason, which makes no sense. And there's a lot of fees involved, so it's actually in both of our best interests if you just go to my website and order from that, because the weights are accurate, they calculate shipping accurately, like down to the penny, it calculates it accurately. And the only fee in it for me there is like the PayPal transaction fee that goes through. And no, you don't have to pay with PayPal, but that's how it comes through for me. If you pay with a credit card or whatever, it comes through as a PayPal payment for me. So I get a tiny little bit shaved off of that, and that's it. It's literally the only fee, apart from like paying for the website and all that. But you know, that's a whole thing instead of like a ping per sale, you know what I mean, like Etsy does. So it's in everybody's best interest if you order directly from the website. So yeah, it's in everybody's best interest if you order directly from underworldconnection.com rather than Etsy, because those fees are just killer and I don't want anybody to get screwed on shipping or whatever. So just bear that in mind. And yeah, go order yourself some candles because to be frank, there haven't been enough sales lately to sustain things, and our electric bill was off the charts this month. Absolutely ridiculous. And that came out, and just with everything, it's, well, I'm paying more in bills than I'm making, you know, so. And before everybody, like, the judgy people are like, well, then get a job. But like, well, yeah, that's actually in the works. I'm waiting for an opening, like I'm guaranteed a job. But there's someone leaving that position soon. I'm waiting for that opening to vacate so that I can get in there. And so, yes, I've taken measures again, but in the meantime, I do like making candles. And it would be really nice to make some more and just, you know, enough to set my mind at ease also. And also, I just love doing it. I just love doing it. It's, you know, a nice thing to do, and I like it, and it's fun, and I definitely have enough supplies to do it. So please buy some candles. I promise you won't be sorry. I make them real good. Yeah, this isn't an active vlog because I'm not doing anything today because I made my candles yesterday and in complete pure zombie mode because I slept like crap the night before, but I still was like, well, I gotta make these candles. They're not gonna make themselves. So I just kind of through it and did it, and that was the end of that. But yeah, I've had some stuff on my mind too, which is probably another reason I didn't really vlog. When I'm thinking about something or something's going on, my first instinct is to grab the camera and just sort of blow off steam in that regard. But in this instance, I shied away from it because it's something that's been on my mind for like a few days. And I like to think about things rationally. I like to wait until I'm calmed down enough to think about them clearly enough to articulate my thoughts properly, you know, in a logical, rational manner as opposed to fueled by emotions, you know what I mean? Because it's never good. It's like posting a Facebook status in the heat of an emotional moment or sending an angry text in the heat of the moment or something, you know, you regret it, you wish you could take it back. And I realize I have full control over like editing and uploading power and stuff, but it was something I did want to talk about, but I wanted to wait until I cooled down a little bit. And not to say that I needed to cool down, it's just I need to be able to think and talk about it objectively, I suppose. And I kind of feel that way now, so it's nice. And we get to enjoy the beauty that is Scrappy here while I'm doing this. Something's going on with his tummy. He's making little squeaky sounds in his digestive system. I don't know why. You okay? Oh. So, I know we got a lot of introverts out there, but how many of y'all are empaths? Raise your hand. Yeah, and this isn't something I ever talked about because I'm not Shane Dawson, who feels the need to say they're an empath every 20 seconds. It's not something I even think about. It's just part of who I am, and I don't consciously think about it or realize it even most of the time. But when certain situations present themselves, I'm obviously very hardcore minded, like, oh yeah, I'm an empath. And a lot of you guys have come to that conclusion on your own anyway. I've seen a lot of you guys leave comments like saying, oh, I'll bet you're an empath, you're probably an empath, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, yeah, I am. I knew this already. It's just not something that comes to mind to bring up or talk about or address or anything like that. But yes, I am aware that I am an empath. And it even feels weird to say that because I do feel like Shane Dawson when I say that. The reason I'm even saying this is because when it comes to interacting with other humans, we've covered the whole introvert thing, right? There's drain on energy in social situations and things like that. But the distinction between the introvert and empath thing is like, I guess, well, since I'm both, it's hard for me to distinguish, I guess, because it's just all kind of lumped together the way that I feel and around people and everything. But the distinction is that, like, with introvertedness, just, you know, as it is, it's like you get drained, you know, your energy gets drained in social situations, or you shy away from things just because it makes you uncomfortable or whatever, and just, you know, I don't know, whatever. You guys know how it is for introverts, you know, in the world or whatever. You know, when it comes to being an empath though, if you add that in, you actually can feel the energy of places and people, and that takes it to a whole nother level of because you can feel the energies of people, you can feel the feelings of people sometimes, if you're that type of empath, which sometimes I am. I mean, I guess I am if I'm capable of it, but it only happens with extreme emotions. Like I used to be a thing where I would walk into work in a perfectly good mood, walk in, and then I would immediately feel pissed off, and I knew that it wasn't coming from me, and I would have to ask. I'm like, okay, who in here is royally pissed off? Because I'm picking it up from somebody. Like, I just know. I can just feel it. I don't know who it is. I don't know where it's coming from, which is why I had to ask. But I'm like, someone is super pissed off because I walked in and I just absorbed it, you know? So it's things like that where, you know, you pick up and feel feelings that aren't your own because they belong to somebody else, and you just can do that. You're just like a freaking sponge. You're a sponge of the universe, and you absorb all of this energy from people and places, and it can get exhausting and overwhelming. My thing is, I mean, I can do that and do that, you know, a lot, but mostly my thing is that I don't even know how to explain this. I tried to research it, you know, I tried to Google it over the last few days. And it was hard because I wasn't even sure how to word it, because it's not that it's not even like a picking up on an energy thing. I mean, it kind of is, but it's also not like reading an aura of somebody either, but it kind of is. It's somewhere in between that, where if I'm around a certain person, especially for the first time, it's like, it's massively apparent the first time I'm around somebody. I'm either really comfortable and able to feel comfortable and be myself because this person makes me feel comfortable, even if they don't even speak. Like, they can just walk into into the same room as me, and I'm either instantly comfortable or instantly uncomfortable. There's no like middle ground. There's no neutral, like, okay, this is a person, I don't know them yet, I'll have to see how we get along, or have a conversation with them first, or whatever. No, they walk into a room and instantly I'm either super comfortable or super uncomfortable, just based on their aura, their energy. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't really know how to word it. I just know what it feels like, but I don't know the words to put to it. I don't understand the psychic inner workings of this. I really don't know. I just know that that's what it is for me, and it always has been for me. It's kind of weird and inconsistent. It's never gonna be the same, you know, when I meet different people for the first time. And I suppose it might come across as looking kind of inconsistent, because if two new people enter a room at the same time and I'm meeting them both for the first time, one of them I can be completely comfortable with and just be normal and not feel awkward around, or not feel anxious around, or whatever. But the other one, I like can't even look at. Like, I can't look at them, I can't talk to them, I just feel weird. I feel weird in their presence because of whatever vibe they're giving, and it's not even a vibe. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the magnet thing, you know, like when you take two magnets and like the polar ends or whatever, and they like repel and they zip off of each other, like, you know, whatever that is, science class, 3rd grade, I don't know. It's like that thing, you know. It's just, I just feel a push or a pull, and it's very strange, especially when it comes down to two people, because it probably looks really weird if I'm being super comfortable and open and social with one of them, and the other one I can't even bring myself to look at, let alone have a conversation with. It's super weird, and it makes me feel weird, and I've tried to force myself out of that. I've tried to force it, and I can't. Like, I physically can't. Like, there's times where I can't look at a human being, and it's not even eye contact. It's not like, oh, well, I'll just get around it by looking at your forehead or your chin or your ear or something. It's like, no, I straight up can't look at you. I just can't look at you. And I'll try. I'll try, and I'll just turn my head and my eyes won't follow, and I'm like, I can't look at you. I'm sorry. I just can't. I'm trying my best. I am trying my hardest to look at you, but I can't. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if any of you guys experience that or know anybody like that. I don't know. It's not something I ever talked about before, because it's weird. You know, it's normal for me because I've always been like this, so it's not weird for me, but I am aware that it's weird in the realm of like normal behavior. You know what I mean? I never talked about it for both those reasons, because A, it's normal for me. It's like, for me, that'd be like telling you guys, hey, so here's a weird thing. I eat to stay alive. It's like normal for me. It's not something noteworthy for me to talk about, but I just became aware of its weirdness in the last few days, and that's why it's been on my mind, because I know that it's a strange characteristic to have. I realize a lot of people probably have it, but you know, in the scale of normal that we're talking about here, it is strange, you know? So there's a little bit of an issue that came up, which is what brought it to the forefront of my mind. And, you know, the thing with being uncomfortable around somebody because of whatever that is that makes me feel uncomfortable, the aura, the energy, something, whatever it is, I have no idea what you would even call it. I don't know what I'm feeling that makes me feel that way. It's just automatic. It happens. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't identify it. I just know I just know it's there. So it causes problems, such as recently, and there's nothing I can do about it because, again, I can't force myself out of it. I just can't. No matter how hard I try. If I try too hard, I end up having a freaking panic attack, which is kind of what happened the other day with this. But it was like the hardest I have ever tried to force myself out of that reaction or behavior, I guess. And I literally ended up having a panic attack. And I haven't had anxiety, you know, for over 1.5 years since I've been with JJ. You know, social anxiety stuff. I haven't had it. So I used to be used to the anxiety, you know, so not experiencing it for like over 1.5 years and then all of a sudden having this panic attack was hard. It was very hard. And you know how I dealt with the panic attack? I swallowed it. I sat there and I had it quietly in my head to myself, unbeknownst to anyone, and just sat there and powered through it. And that was the hardest thing I have ever had to do. Prior to the panic attack, the hardest thing I'd ever had to do was try to force myself through that feeling just to appease people, which is what gave me the panic attack. So that was just a situation that was very not good for me. And then there was a thing on top of it where, yeah, I'm obviously not gonna get into details because it was kind of personal situation, but the gist of it is that there's a person whom I have never felt comfortable around, and it has nothing to do with that person. That's the thing that I was gonna say, is this feeling isn't logical. It doesn't come out of a judgment. It doesn't come out of anything rational that I'm thinking about. It's not a thought process. It's just a feeling that just pushes me away, and I don't know why. The person could be super nice and a super good person, but I don't know why. I don't know where that feeling comes from or why. I have no idea. So it looks bad. If I'm being like that around a perfectly nice human being, it seems weird, you know, but it's not in my head. It's just a repelling of the energies that we're both emitting. I have no idea what it is. I don't know, and it's so hard to explain, and that's such a weird thing to try to explain to somebody, because most people operate on a normal level and they're like, oh, well, you just don't like them, or you should just find something that you have in common and then you'll get along, or, you know, just get to know them, or, you know, I promise they're a good person, or maybe you're judging them. It's like, no, none of this is like a conscious thought thing. This is just some weird psychic thing in the cosmos that I can't control or explain or fight or anything, and it's awful. But yeah, there was a situation where this was the thing where there's two people, and one of them I'm comfortable around, one of them I'm perfectly fine with, and the other one, for some reason, just gives me that cosmic roundhouse kick, you know, to the chest that just, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. So I try my best, you know, I do the best I can. I stick around. I don't run, even though I want to. I stick around to try to be cordial. I try to be as cordial as I can. I don't say anything rude or mean that I'm aware of anyway. But I can't force myself to appear like I'm enjoying myself either. I can't do that. I just can't, you know. If I'm smiling and happy, you know it's real, because I can't force myself to do that. I can't do it. I can do it in front of a camera because it's just me or whatever, but if it's like a one-on-one human interaction, like in the moment, no, I can't hide anything. I absolutely can't hide anything, and it's such a curse. My mom and I talked about this yesterday. She's the same way, so yeah, it's weird. So if I'm uncomfortable, you're gonna know, like you're gonna see it. So I mean, I tried my best to be whatever, I don't know, to muddle through it. The whole situation was uncomfortable for several reasons, which I won't get into again because it was personal, but... And then of course I got left alone with the person who made me uncomfortable, which I did not appreciate. I got left alone for quite some time with them. And I could have left. I had the option to leave. The option was presented to me to leave. But I chose not to because I thought that would be rude. I didn't want to be rude and leave them alone. You know, like, I was trying. I was really trying. This person didn't understand, nobody understands really, that I just, you know, not everybody can mesh. You know, if you take the empath thing out, even, just on a normal level, not everyone is gonna mesh. And you can't force people to mesh. You just can't. And for me, a lot of people, when they're trying to mesh with somebody, they, for some reason, fixate on common interests. Which, okay, you know, that's a start, I suppose. But I don't base a bond or a mesh with somebody on common interests. I don't. I base it on rapport, how I feel when I'm around you, how you make me feel, how I make you feel, the back and forth that we have, which would be the rapport. You know, just how we are in interaction. Not, oh, we have the same favorite movie, you know, or whatever. I just can't do that. It's just a very shallow thing to bond over to me, you know. Again, common interest can be a place to start, because obviously if I like Tim Burton and you like Quentin Tarantino, well, there's going to be some friction there. Whereas if we both like Tim Burton, then that's a place to start. You know, it's not a basis of anything, but, you know, it's a start. It helps. But I don't like relying on that. I've never liked it when people are trying to get to know me or bond with me and they're asking all those, what I believe to be shallow questions. What's your favorite song? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite this and what's your favorite that? It's like, this interaction right here tells me that we're not going to get along, because this isn't how I would get to know somebody. I wouldn't just barrage them with what's your favorite this, what's your favorite that, what's your favorite this. That interaction alone tells me that our personalities are too different to be compatible. You know what I mean? Like, the conversation itself is what tells me all I need to know, rather than the answers to the questions that are on deck. Does that make sense? You know, I just talk to people and see how it rolls. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. If it rolls good, and there's a good rapport, that's what I base it off of. I don't like just being hammered with questions to get to know me, and I don't do that to other people either, because that's not how I get to know somebody, by just asking them their favorite this and that and the other thing. It'll come up. If you have common interests and you just talk, it'll come up. You don't have to, you know, give them a friend application and say, answer all these questions and we'll see if you're a good fit. That's just not how it works for me. So if that's how someone else does it, that alone is enough to tell me what I need to know about how we're gonna get along. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay. So I was left alone with this person who just, I don't cosmically vibe with, and I have this weird thing, and this is one of those people that I can't look at directly. I can't look them in the eye. I can't look at them. I don't know why. I have no idea why. There's no logic or thought behind it. It just, I don't know. I just can't do it. I am uncomfortable. It's nothing personal. It has, and I said that many, many times. It is nothing personal. It's not even a decision that I'm making. It's not conscious at all. I just am uncomfortable around this person, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. You could grill me forever. You could give me a lie detector test. I would not be able to tell you. I have no idea why. It's just an aura thing. I don't know. I don't know. So when I was left alone with this person, they were trying to find things that we had in common so that we could get along, and they were doing that. What's your favorite this and favorite this? And I was, Oh, it was just, I was already uncomfortable, and I was in a situation I didn't want to be in the first place because it was a surprise socializing thing when I wasn't prepared for it at all. So adding that on top of it, plus a person who makes me cosmically uncomfortable, that's what I'm gonna start calling it, cosmically uncomfortable. And now they're like trying to force us to get along by doing what I hate, which is listing off favorites. There's like so many things in play here that made me so uncomfortable, right? I had a panic attack in my head. Like, I wanted to bawl my eyes out. I wanted to run away and just bawl my eyes out and hyperventilate and heave until I was done. But I couldn't. I felt like I couldn't because I felt like it would be rude, and I knew that they wouldn't understand. Obviously, I can't say, well, you know, I'm cosmically repelled by you. Who's gonna understand that? You know, and I tried my best to get through the conversation. I did communicate what I was thinking on a logical level. I said, you know, I don't base my bonds with people on common interests. That's not how I do it. I base it on rapport. Our rapport is not good, like, with this person. It's just not, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't have to work. That's the thing. You don't have to like everybody, and not everybody has to like you. I wouldn't give two hoots if this person didn't like me. I would not care. It's not important to me. Like, I just don't vibe with them. I don't gel with them, and it should be fine, right? It should be fine. It shouldn't matter because you don't have to get along with everybody. You don't have to mesh with everybody, especially in cases with me. I just don't. I'm very selective about the people that I vibe with, and not by choice, you know. It's just the thing. But it was just so important to this person that we vibe, and I'm like, it's not gonna happen, because if it hasn't happened already, it's not gonna, you can't force this by just asking me a bunch of questions just to find something that we have in common that we can somehow build off of. Like, that's not how it works. It's not how it works for me anyway. I don't know how other people do it, but that definitely doesn't work for me. So I was having this panic attack quietly in my head, which was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Like, just the situation alone was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And then trying to choke down a panic attack in the middle of what was giving me a panic attack was super hard. Afterwards, JJ's thankfully very understanding of me and who I am, and he's never asked me to be somebody that I'm not. He's never asked anything of me, which is super amazing. He's like the only person ever who has never asked anything of me. And so he understood, okay? He understood, and he immediately apologized, because he knew. This is no secret to him. He knew that I'm not comfortable around this person. So after we parted ways and everything, he apologized to me. He was like, I am so sorry for leaving you alone, you know, and I will make it up to you and everything. But it was circumstantial, it was unavoidable. I need a juice refill. So thankfully he was really understanding about it. But the thing that made it worse, the thing that made it like 20 times worse, is that apparently while I was being left alone with this person, I was being talked about to JJ by the other person about why I don't get along with the person who makes me uncomfortable. And it was apparently an issue. So now I have to feel bad on top of dealing with all of that and still trying my best to get through it and doing the best that I could against something that I had zero control over. And now I have to feel bad because the other person is upset that I don't get along with this person. And it's not even that we don't get along, it's just the mesh isn't there. That's all it is, you know. So it really sucked. It just really sucked for me to hear that, on top of just the whole situation, you know. God, I was like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, I don't know what the heck you could possibly want from me, because I can't force myself to be someone that I'm not. And, you know, I was like, you have no idea how hard I tried tonight. I said, I've never tried this hard in my entire life for someone else, you know, because I thought it might be an issue. I tried my ass off. I choked down a panic attack. Like, this was literally the worst situation. And then on top of it, to be criticized behind my back about not meshing with this person. You know, and it really bummed me out. Like, I was very upset. I cried a lot after JJ told me that, and I don't know. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like, I don't know. And it would be different if somebody would have come to me and directly approached me to my face and tried to talk this out with me. It was the talking to my boyfriend behind my back about my behavior. What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to explain myself properly? And JJ tried. He said that he tried to explain, but you know, people don't understand. And there's just so much more to this. It just goes so deeply, and that's the thing. Like, I didn't want this to just be like a big long spiel about it, but that's what it ended up being. But there's still so much more to say, and I don't. But yeah, it was just a thing, and I don't know what to do about it, really. Because if people can't come directly to me, that I'm not comfortable going directly to them, because then I'm gonna look like an even bigger asshole if they already think that I'm rude or whatever. If I go to them and try to explain this, you know, how's that gonna come, you know? So I'm not sure. It's an upsetting situation all around. But JJ made me feel much better about it, because he's awesome, and he understands, and he cares. Yeah, I didn't really mean for this to go in this direction, I guess. I'm sorry. It just really got me thinking about the empath thing, and kind of hoping some of you out there know where I'm coming from with this, with the just insta comfort or insta discomfort around somebody and you have no idea why. So anyway, that's what's been on my mind. So I made a video about it. And this is why I waited a few days to talk about it, because even in this I got emotional and heated. And a few days ago, I literally couldn't sleep because this was on my mind. And, you know, those of you with anxiety and stuff, you know, it sucks to not be in control of what's going on inside you and what's coming across because of your anxiety and stuff. And then for someone to fault you for it. You know, for someone to use that against you, to criticize you about it, it's not cool. It's just not cool. And I don't appreciate that, you know? It does not feel good. Like, this is something already out of my control. And you have no idea how hard I tried to fight it for you. And then for it to come around and still be criticized. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? What the hell do you want from me? I can't just snap my fingers and be like you. You know? It just didn't feel good. And it just kind of changed my perspective about a few things. So... yeah, there's a little piece of what's been going on in the world of the LeahMouse lately. So just kind of been wrestling with this for a few days, I guess. So yeah, it felt better to talk to you guys about it. I know this isn't really a vlog, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can talk to you guys about stuff, and I feel more and more anything that I can share that's in this vein of like the deeper stuff, you know, if any of you can identify with it and it helps, because right now I'd love to feel less alone in this. I would love for even just one person to be like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I've totally gone through that, and I know what you mean and everything. That would make me feel better. So rationally, if I put this out here and someone hears it and they go, oh my God, I'm not alone. This, you know, you feel like this too. Hey, that's why I do this. That's why I actually record when this stuff's going on now, you know? And I hope it's okay. You know, I'm sorry if maybe more people like the fun, zany vlogs and stuff, which of course I'll still do when the moment is right, but sometimes when I have things to talk about and things to say, this is what's gonna happen. And I hope that's all right. You know that I don't make content for content's sake. I make the content that I want to make for a reason. If people enjoy it or not, I mean, that's up to them, and that's okay with me, you know? So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling now. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I should probably get some coffee or something. because that's what I need right now. So anyway, thanks for watching if you even made it this far. Good Lord. Eventually we'll be back to the zany vlogs. There just hasn't been much zaniness lately. I've just been kind of chill and enjoying life, and JJ and I have been just chill and enjoying life, and it's been really nice. It's been fantastic. We had a wonderful weekend. We actually had a really, really wonderful weekend, and it was a good time. It was nice. It was very, very nice. So we'll get back to the normal vlogging content here. Just, I had to get this off my chest. I had to, and hopefully it helped anybody who can identify with this. So I'll see you guys next time. Order some candles, please. I love you. And introverts unite, and empaths unite, and we don't know what the hell's wrong with us. But we love it. We are us, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in that regard. And we shouldn't let anybody make us feel bad for who we are. No, we shouldn't. Rockstar power. Okay, bye.